Check. Check, check. All right, here we go. One person. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm expecting 10,000 today, at least 10,000. Diddy Mouse, hey man, you're first. You did it. All right. All good, right? Hey, Finding Dory. Hey, Shmuley. Yes, I do like your new room. I think it's really important, Shmuley. Definitely 100%. Ravenclaw, Candace, Andrew, Tina, Donald, Lynn Kirk. Cool name. Everybody's got cool names, man. Steven, yeah. Ruthie, Cat Pimp, yeah. I count as three because of my multi personalities, right? Okay, Kevin, Sanford, Carol, Karen, Richard, Cat. All right, man. The Quantum Bridge. Haley, I want you to email. I want if you like to come to our new channel. We set it up. Let me just see. We set it up because of some of your rants and get them start going. The Quantum Bridge, cool, man. Yeah, I'll just keep after me. I'm like ridiculously busy most of the time, even doing stupid stuff. But I'm busy at something most of the day. So just if I don't respond right away, just keep after me, man. Hopefully, the part of me that responds will is hearing this right now. I didn't get. I got kind of. I'm kind of off to a late start today. I got up a little late. I slept in till 6 o'clock, which is almost like a first for me. But I guess I'm just tired. I got tired. I've been walking on the beach a lot lately, and that I think physically, I think getting exercise is really important. Everyone in Florida, yeah. Everyone listening in Florida, cool. Um, just want to remind you from the get go. Let me just pin this thing again, just to be consistent. Just to remind everyone that we're giving away free stuff. No, I got it. I didn't get it. Here we go. Just to remind you, free stuff, man. It's making my hair grow. I'm using it on like for a different range of things. I'm putting it on like skin issues and stuff, and it seems to be helping. But yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. The idea of redox signaling, pretty cool. Anyway, I don't want. I know. Just want to just mention that Florida got the EBS. Yeah, heard Florida got EBS. That's amazing. Wow. Anybody else hear that? Any confirmations? We got a bunch of people from Florida, right? What do you guys think? You heard it? Got a test. A test. Okay, so it was a test. I love it, Joan, man. Isn't it great? It's such a beautiful world. It's such a beautiful world. I really I had an interesting realization today. I'm kind of on like it's Thursday, and I mean the week went by it fast and slow at the same time. Like time is like I think I was listening to this tape. I don't know if Gila's on. I don't know, remember the name of the woman, but Jason Shirka. Let me see if I can find it. Jason Shirka did an interview that I was that Gila alerted to me this morning. Let me just see if I can find that. Okay, here's it was here it is. I don't know her name, but she's an astrologist, and apparently she actually listens to my channel, which is really cool. I think she's going to like what I have to say to her, because I'm kind of reacting to things that she said. Let me just see if I can find her name. It doesn't say her name. Why doesn't it say her name? But it's a woman who has like red pillows behind her. Maybe somebody knows her name. It was Jason Shirkas. Let me see if I press. Um, doesn't say who she is. Pam Gregory. I think it's Pam Gregory. Yes, Pam Gregory. Okay, so okay, so here's how it goes, and I kind of summarized this in a video that I made. So this you will be able to check it, in a couple. The video probably won't come out for like a week, but here's the idea that Joe Dispenza says you got to set your day up before you leave the house. You should know what you're about. You should know what your purpose is. You should know what you're doing. Like for me right now, my purpose. I want to have like 10,000 people on the broadcast today. That's something that I'm thinking about. So here's the idea that, okay, let me see if I can get this. I'm just waiting for the marbles to kind of fall into the into the right slots. Okay, so Joe Dispenza, who I early in when I got on this journey recently, I was on this journey when I was younger, but I felt I periodically try to become a normie. I've done this throughout my life. I go on this like pendulum. It's like I'll go way out there in my life, and then I'll go like, okay, now it's time to like I'm gonna be a normie. I know I can do it. I can do it this time. I'm really gonna be normal. I'm gonna stick with it no matter what. I promise. I promise. I just want to be. There's no place like home. I'll click my heels, whatever. I mean, I want to be a normie. Okay, but anyway, so Joe Dispenza talks about setting up your day. He does, like if he's in a business meeting and he finds his emotions flaring, he will say, "Okay, I got to go. I'm going into my cave for a while. I'm going to I have to calm down before I deal with this situation." I mean, if you're in a like with me in my last, I mean, I don't like to tell secrets, but let's just say in relationships in general, if I find myself wanting to say something heated to my partner, in the past I would say, you know what, I really have to go to the bathroom. I'd love to I'd love to continue this, and I'll go and I'll sit and I'll read for a while. I mean, before I come out, because I don't really want to. I don't want to say, if you are angry, you're going to say stuff that you're going to regret later. And if you say stuff in heavy duty emotional, traumatic states. So Joe Dispenza says, before you leave the house, even, get up early and meditate, figure out what you're about, and then go out into the world. What does this tell me? Now, I'm looking at this tape from Pamela. Was her name Pamela? I think it was Pamela. Pam Gregory. Pam Gregory. Pam, if you're listening, man, I totally love your work, man. I mean, I've seen you before, and I think I've seen that you subscribe to the channel, so I really appreciate it. I think you're just a really amazing soul. She's an astrologist, and she puts together some very interesting information. Very unlike a lot of. She's like a very atypical YouTube personality. Kind of reminds me of Dolores Cannon. Kind of that same kind of just like a cool, she doesn't look like a wild, tarot card reader or anything. And no offense to tarot card readers. And I heard there was one named Christine that my friend Raven talks about. And Christine, I will try to reach out to you at some point. I'm like kind of in a storm of interesting thoughts right now. I'm in my own river right now. So anyway, so here the idea is to set up your reality ahead of time before you go out there, okay? And for nowadays, going out there means for me it could mean just turning on my phone. That puts me out there. Now, so Pamela is saying that time is starting to erode, like the matrix, the structure that we've taken for granted is starting to erode. So she's saying like things like you may be, driving somewhere and then find yourself, you know, uh, like in another, like 5 years in the past 5 years or 5 years ahead of time, or like, I mean, in other words, right now we assume that everything happens in a stepped way. Like, I get up in the morning and I do this and then I take my shower and then I do it's like everything is kind of, but it could be soon that the matrix is breaking down to a point where you may be, she said you could transport yourself very easily in time and space and just think yourself into, suddenly you're in San Francisco, walking the dogs. I mean, somebody else's dogs. So, the structure that we've come to accept as normal is just a structure. It's just a matrix. It's just a thing that we all have decided to agree upon, and really we're tricked into agreeing upon by a rather horrific and dark, disgusting, greasy reptilian type. I mean, reptiles are not really greasy. Why do I always say greasy? What should I say? And they're not slimy either. They're just leathery. Maybe they're like kind of like leathery skinned, subterranean beasts that look like. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So here, so Pam is saying that the structure of our reality is breaking down. Then I ended up looking for some. I think somebody sent me something, maybe, or I ended up looking at Nino and 107, and they were talking about the border and nuclear war. And Nino's like, "Well, what can I tell my people? How can I comfort them?" And they're in this like fear space, man, and they're like generating this like nuclear wars and all this other nonsense. And I'm thinking, like, I thought the galactics neutralized the nukes. So what are they talking about? And I realized that God is unlimited. So I can entertain. I can have my own narrative, and 107 can have his own narrative, and my friend Gila can have her own narrative, and each of you can have your own narrative. And it's okay. And they're all true. They're all right. You had a different mother and father than I did. I mean, my mom and dad were, I obviously picked them. They were just wonderfully zany, just absolutely kind of like not your traditional like suburban type parents that one might think about. I mean, they weren't really they weren't into money. They weren't into like they always drove a car until it stopped working. I mean, they didn't try to keep up with the Joneses in any shape or form. But anyway, so the point is like this, that and I saw these incredible birds. I've been hanging out with birds. That's another thing. But I'm sorry. Let me just put this on do not disturb. The point is like this: and I'm combining this now with my vision from 5-methoxy DMT when I was shot into the eye of God. When I was shot into the eye of God, I saw firsthand that the level of intelligence. I know I'm shaking. I probably had too much caffeine, and I want some more. I just love the taste of coffee, and then I forget about how it's going to really affect me. But so how many peeps we have? We have 273. That's a very good number. That could easily turn into 10, 15,000, right? Instantly. When I reveal the truth, the most important thing that you will ever hear in your entire life, I'm about to say, okay? I'm coming to that conclusion. So if there are 273 times 1,000, or if not, maybe it's only meant for 273, and that's a lot. If you think about it, you think about the old days, you had to wait for a crowd to form. If you had 50 people, you're telling 50 people, that's a huge crowd. I'm telling 273 people the essential, what I see. Oh, I hate the noises of the street. We gave up the dishes for they're building 3 houses next door and all this other good stuff. Anyway, here it is. So Pamela is saying that the reality as we know it. Pamela Gregory is saying the reality as we know it is coming apart at the seams. It's not what it seems to be. I'm going to this vision that I had under 5-methoxy DMT, which is the natural. It is the natural extract, similar to ayahuasca that you actually inhale. You light it up and inhale and hold it in your mouth for a minute, hold it in your lungs, and you're shot into the eye of God. At least that's what happened to me. So when I was there, it became clear to me that the type of intelligence, I've said this before, the type of intelligence that we are dealing with, that it surrounds us, is nothing that we can really understand. It is so much greater. It is so much farther beyond that and I'm calling, and really it's God. I think of it as God, this consciousness. It could have a billion different narratives. It's not a problem. It could have, everyone on the planet can have a different story, and they're all true, right? We don't have to wait for something to happen on the outside. We don't have to really wait for the EBS. I mean, I like the idea of all of us starting at ground zero. We all have the same experience and we go for it. Maybe it is necessary that only 300, I just got 300 people hear this essential message. This is an earth-shattering message. It's taken me my whole life to figure this out. So what I saw out there was that we do not understand. We're thinking from our consciousness, like, gee, where did I put my coffee cup? And where did I put my socks this morning? I mean, these are the kinds of thoughts that I go entertain, right? And I can't remember, like, did I put my pen on the table or did I put it on the desk? This is like the level of my perception. But God, but consciousness, it knows everything that's going on in your body. It knows trillions of cells are operating in your body independently. And they're all listening to they're all, I saw a tape this morning that said that they know your thoughts. They're listening to your thoughts. Those trillions of cells inside your body are listening to your thoughts. They understand what you're thinking. You see where this is going, right? So is it true that Juan 07 and Nino just figured out what's really happening on the earth? Yeah, they did. For them, it's really scary time. For me, I'm living in the eagle's nest, man. I'm like, I got the life. I made enough food for 2 or 3 days now. I pasta, delicious fettuccine, man. I'm gonna probably go for a walk on the beach later. I'm gonna get to call some really cool people today and, like, have really nice discussions and make some really interesting videos. And I barely have time to do all the things that I love to do. There's so many things that it's like a kid in a candy store, man. I'm just, like, overwhelmed by the possibility, by the choices I have. Do I want to eat delicious this or delicious that? I mean, it's just like, we create our own reality. That's the bottom line. And we have 321 people just heard that this is the truth. Now, I kind of understand what that means now. It means that, the trillions of cells in our body are responding to the thoughts in our mind. And I'm saying to the thoughts in our minds, like, wow, man, I'm really digging this. I'm having such a good day. I love this. And they're all responding in kind. They're like, yeah, they're like happy cells. And the opposite could be true. Like Nino and 107, they're like scared, what's really going to happen, the demonic forces. And their cells are responding to them. And this is not a contradiction. God consciousness can handle all of these different thoughts, and God loves all these different thoughts. I'm not saying I'm better than Nino. I mean, he's definitely like not as handsome as me, but he's worked out a lot. So I also work out. Could I take him in a prize fight? No. I would not even get in the ring. Are you kidding me? I don't know how to fight really, but I shouldn't even say that. It is whatever you want it to be. That's the bottom line. You are in the process at all moments, every day, creating your reality. It's so simple that it's hard. Okay. We have to wait for the sages to tell us how to do it. We have to eat 3 eggs on this day. And then we have to turn around 5 times. I have to say the right prayers, in preparation. I have to meditate on the mountain for 6 weeks, and go without, cashews for a decade. I mean, all this is just, if you want to believe that stuff, man, you could. It's not a contradiction. There are no contradictions in consciousness. It all works. So choose a good outcome. Be rich, be fruitful and multiply, give a lot of charity. I mean, do what you like to do. Go for a walk on the beach and consider sea glass more valuable than diamonds and emeralds. I mean, when I go out to collect sea glass, in my mind, I'm like, wow, man, look at that. Look at that piece of sea glass. It probably isn't worth 3 cents. But to me, it's like I'm picking up off the beach the greatest treasure that ever came up. It's all creation. We can create our reality, and we can fall into all kinds of traps and examinations, and they're not really traps. They're just like places that you want to visit. Like Gila and I have been trying to figure out, what the whole medical thing. Should people just move on, or should people examine it? And this is, we've had a long discussion now that this has really been a fruitful and productive discussion. We chose to go into that corridor down that river, and we examined it together, and we came out with some cool conclusions. Um, it's a choice. It's just a choice. I mean, and the reality that we're fighting, the real war, is not, for us to go underground with jetpacks and night goggles to fight demons. I mean, that's for the army soldiers to do. I mean, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to hunt down something that's on a higher dimensional level than me. I mean, how do you do that? I have no idea. It's not my skill set. But I do know that I'm really enjoying my life for the first time. I'm not being chased around by a bunch of idiot administrators, or like, well, Mr. Weber, you didn't follow the rubric. The kids don't even know what the rubric. They don't even know what a rubric is. I'm like, really? Rubric? They have to know where they're going before they're going there. I mean, it's like, this is just absolute nonsense. It's programming, and the reality is you are the master of your own spaceship. The spaceship is called your body, and you can send it anywhere. You could sit on the couch and think about what it's like to snorkel in a crystal clear spring in Florida. I mean, they have these. Don't they? I went to Florida once or twice, and they have these beautiful springs where you can go snorkeling and see the most beautiful fish. Oh, the Caribbean. I mean, you're sitting on your couch, and the Baal Shem Tov said, if you're thinking about it, you're actually there. So you're actually snorkeling somewhere in the Caribbean while you're lying on your couch in New Jersey. It's quantum. It's reality is plastic. There are infinite possibilities and infinite moments with which to play. I mean, God wants to play. That's what Gila would say. God is a vibration. He likes to be inside of us so that he can experience he can experience what it's like to be a creation. We're creations, but we're not really creations. We're really godliness. We're really God pretending to be a creation so that he can feel like he's communicating with something other than him, but it's really not. We're really not anything other than him. We're really part of consciousness. That we appear physical is really part of the game. It's like, let's play. If you play those shooting games, I never played it, but where you use the paint, you probably put on some kind of outfits to fit that environment. You put on some clothes that are okay with getting painted on. So think big, man. Think big, think beautiful, think positive, create a reality. It's not, God can handle it. God can handle you're thinking, well, he doesn't really know. He's really got it. There's got to be like one program, man. We need the EBS. I don't want to get into it with you, Gila. I mean, if you're on the channel, but we do need the EBS because we need a reset. We need to be told, like, hey, man, what do you want to do? What do you really want to do? You want to sit here and be scared all the time, or you want to go out and just have a friggin' blast, man? You know what? I mean, did I create this? Did I create this? I go where I go to collect sea glass is literally a bird sanctuary. I probably go where I'm not supposed to go. I mean, there are all kinds of signs: do not disturb the birds. Um, am I a criminal? Yeah, probably. But I love those birds, man, and they know me, and they're just like, "Hey, man, where you been? What's going on?" I see their babies, I see the teenagers, I see the old birds. They're these cool birds with these red beaks. I forget what they call them, like poppers or something. I don't know, red something, and they make this when they're scared, they start whistling at each other, and I whistle with them. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm scared too. Let's get out of here. um, so did I create that I'm walking in paradise, collecting what feels like meat, emeralds and diamonds, and in terms of sea glass, hanging out with the coolest birds on the planet? Um, did I create that? Did I think, okay, today I want to hang out with like these really cool birds and collect sea glass? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I think we have a choice. We can sit around and be afraid, or we can sit around and like really dig what's going down here, because we're about to be liberated. Both from an exterior sense and an interior sense, meaning that while we're doing this work on ourselves and we're ascending and we're realizing that we're creating our reality, we are creating our reality. And therefore, it'll coalesce around us. The more of us that do this, the more the outer world will come into synchronization with our inner worlds. The more of us, I believe, the more of us that radiate with the frequency of creation, of godliness, that's of being fruitful and multiplying, the more it's going to manifest. I mean, the Rebbe said, think good, and it is good. I mean, what more do we need to know? And he said, all you have to do is open your eyes. Mashiach is here. You're waiting for Mashiach. Okay, if you want to wait for Mashiach, I'll let you wait for Mashiach. You want to go with that vibe? You want to be waiting for Mashiach? That's okay. You're allowed to do that. No reason not. People come to Ellie, when is Mashiach coming? Where's Mashiach? I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know for you. I don't know for you, but for me, I mean, I feel like Mashiach is here. I'm not waiting. I'm like I'm living the life that I would live if we had, if the Time magazine came out with a picture of, the Mashiach. This is the Jewish Messiah has finally come. It's like I'm not waiting. I'm already there, man. I'm already like, I don't need Time magazine to tell me Mashiach is here. Mashiach is here for me. I did what the Rebbe said. He said, just open your eyes. And I opened my eyes and I said, you know what? I don't want to be afraid. I don't like to be afraid all the time. I don't like to live in misery. I don't like to be, not have what I need. I want to I want to have a good life. I want to have fun. I want to think positive thoughts. I want to have, I don't want to be, you know, I mean, public school system, man. In the public school system, they come out with memorandums like once a month saying like, if you look at one of if you look at one of your colleagues, you could be, sexually abusing them. I mean, they make us so afraid of each other. Like I'm not even allowed to be nice. Sorry, I said good morning. I didn't mean it. I really, I just, I'm sorry that I noticed you today. You know, you can get into that space, and that's what the weird ones, the dudes, want for us to be constantly afraid of our own selves. But at the end of the day, that keeps us from our power. And our true power is just so simple that it's hard. And that is just think good and it is good. Just, if you don't like the way things are going, just change the channel, dial into something really wonderful. I think it takes a little practice. I'm not saying that I'm completely there yet, but to a large degree, I mean, like with this stuff, today I put on this patch. I didn't put this patch on yesterday. I didn't really want to be energized as much yesterday, but today I feel like being energized. So I'm dialing in to a high energy day, and it's working. I mean, it is what it is. It is what I ordered. I looked at the menu and I said, today I want to be a little bit high energy, and I am. So if you think that it can't be that, Nino could be thinking one thing and I could be thinking another thing, and they're both true, I don't think, I think that's limiting godliness. I think that in God's mind, it's no problem, man. He's got his thoughts, and his trillions of atoms inside of his body. And I got my thoughts and you got your thoughts, and they're all real. Now, you know, how do you tell somebody that's really like suffering that they just have to change their mindset? I don't know. I mean, that I wouldn't attempt that. I wouldn't tell somebody who's really suffering that, you just have to change your attitude because they're suffering. That, it's not nice to say such a thing or even think such a thing, but I don't know. I mean, did I in some way welcome, the destruction of my 60,000 subscriber channel? I must have, or else it wouldn't have happened. So, I'm guilty. I mean, I could sit here and blame YouTube, or I could just say, I manifested that. Now I want to manifest, real success. Real EBS. Wow. So anyway, so inside and outside it's not a contradiction. So let me. I don't know if we only have 400 people. Nobody really wants. Everybody wants intel. Everybody wants to be told what's really going on. And when I say what's really going on is whatever you want to go on. Nobody's really that we're not that interested. We're not because we're not really conditioned. We're not really at a level like the 435 people that have stayed on here. You're probably on that level already. You're like, okay, Ellie, this is we know this. Tell us something new. Give us some intel. All right, so we'll do some intel. But I really, there's with the eclipse, 3 days of darkness. I don't know. I think the eclipse is just a sign that it's time for the human beings to reclaim their power, manifest, be fruitful and multiply and all that good stuff. But let's, in the meantime, let me just touch on the intel. All right, here we go. Let's go to the White Hats. We'll start. I didn't see anything new there. I don't think they can keep up with us. I think we're manifesting much faster than. Um, okay, let's go. Let me go. I'm hearing. I heard from Francine. Francine, if you're listening, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I will. Okay. Okay. Everybody knows at this point that JB is not the real guy for the U.S. Former Representative Ron Paul knows it. Robert F. Kennedy of Children's Health Defense knows it, and President NT knows it. Well, I think we read this last night, but let's read it again. Alex Jones of InfoWars ran a segment this week featuring statements from the aforementioned about how a coup occurred in November 2020 that paved the way for this, right, to be used as an excuse to erase the Constitution protected by rights and liberties. Other topics were discussed inside the three-letter agency that starts with a C, the elimination of a very important person in 1963. I do believe there's been a coup and it's taken over. John F. was threatening the deep state at that time with promises to return the country back to sound money, meaning no more usurious fiat currency controlled by private central banking cartel, the Federal Reserve. At a speaking event at Hillsdale College, RFK spoke to his audience about Event 201, that they had already planned this whole medical thing. Okay, so this is reality. This is okay. Well, let me go to another channel. Let me see if there's. How are we doing time wise? Okay. Do we get more people when we switch to Intel? A little bit. Let's go to the Dumbs channel. Let's see if they have something more interesting than our normal fare. It's happening. War for your mind. The flooding catastrophe. The war is on. Okay, so this is a mindset that we could definitely have. Stay calm, do not panic. Type in your browser. Warning, 2 twins escaped from a cloning lab next to your neighborhood. Warning, they are ugly and stupid. If you see these in families, sex trash freaks, stay calm, do not panic. Type in your browser www.antifa.com. There you can find support numbers for emergency issues. Now they have a picture of. It's not really a laughing matter, but there's a creature with the face of a man and the body of a monkey. I don't know why anyone would laugh at that. Another Zelensky clone escaped. Please contact the nearest military contact center if you see this creature. Do not feed him or give him money. All right, it's just getting too much fun to be believed. Um, all right, yeah, okay. I'm going away from this channel. I know you guys are more serious than that. All right, let's see. Mm. A beautiful message for all you Anons, digital soldiers, and truth warriors around the world. God is not, it may be a bitter pill to swallow to watch them gloat in public, but our disdain will turn to joy when public justice arrives. It will be much sweeter now, believed, and that we fought through all this with our heads up high. Its struggle is what makes it special. The price you paid is not to be swept under the rug. God remembers everything you've done. He sees, okay, so that's, yeah, I've seen all this. Okay, the secret, wait a minute. Oh, I forgot to refresh. Okay, let me get it on the phone. My my computer has to be refreshed to get the latest news. Out of Babylon with David Straight. Almost 40,000 to almost 40 million uh, global citizens, wherever they are. Elon, all systems currently green for launch. Timestamp 1113. Okay, it's past 1113. 1113. Does the UK 5 days crumble expire now? Did Anons ever figure out what 17 meant with the baby on floor and mouth? The start, was this Syria? False flag, chemicals, learn our comms. Former Los Angeles Mayor Richard Riordan has died at the age of 92. Damage in Oklahoma. This is why they blew up BlackBerry. The new bill today destroys all encrypted forms of communication and private forms of new technology. They want to slave all digital devices, make it impossible to opt out, and change anything while attempting to go around their BS with you up to 20 years in jail. So if you have UHVHF radio, 20 years. You post Truthline anywhere, 20 years. You go against the government, 20 years. Satellite phone, 20 years. Encrypted currency transactions to or communications to any kind, 20 years. Every human on earth should be flipping out no matter what your affiliation is. This is the first step to totalitarian system that makes all prior Maoist and Nazi systems look like a cakewalk. We're literally talking about the 360-degree total enslavement of humanity. The Restrict Act. To denigrate something as conspiracy theory without having fully investigated the data is an act of cowardice. You can cause an affront to those who offer the possibility that harm is being done to innocent people just to avoid confrontation with your own fears of being true. Update in a nutshell. Dr. F lied publicly about accessing Birdland. Birdland also worked with the big dudes to shape the marketing campaign. Summer of 2021, Johnson & Johnson began a full-court press to market a ton of their products on Birdland, including a controversial antidepressant. The final battle. Okay, this is the final battle. April 20th, 2023, according to information published by Defense Studies on April 20th, 2023, the Indonesian Navy has launched a new Corvette Bung Karno 369 vessel to replace the one they have. 100% locally made vessel was built by PT Karimum. Okay, whatever. They have a new boat. Classified document leakers guard unit pulled from intelligence duty, saddled with busy work. The Real History of Secret Societies coming out on Amazon. The Pentagon is preparing to position U.S. Special Forces in Djibouti in anticipation of a potential mission to evacuate U.S. Embassy personnel in Khartoum. New Iran army gets 200 new strategic drones, state media. Focus on Hussein. This is from 17. Revelations coming very, very soon. Huma, S.A., Hussein, HLR first. Civil rights attorney, 13th District Senator, DNC, Hussein versus HRC versus McCain. Why is this relevant? Follow the money. Follow the connection. How does the Hussein travel ahead of POTUS? Why does he travel ahead of POTUS? Why does Hussein travel behind POTUS? Think Asia, think North Korea. What was told re North Korea during the past 8 years? What dramatic shift occurred in North Korea post-election of POTUS? Reconcile. Define hostage. The sum of all fears. Why are sexual harassment claims all appearing suddenly? Coincidence? What is a pill? When is it hard to swallow? When do you remove your enemies from positions of influence and authority? Define stages, define puppets, define puppet handlers, define proxy war, expand your thinking. Why is justice stalling release of sea-level info? Thanks. Why is justice stalling release of sea-level info? Think. Does POTUS control all matters classified? Think. Have faith. These people are losers. All right, so a lot going on. I mean, Rumble is down. That's a drag. The new U.S. Treasury now headquartered on an Indian reservation near Reno. All right. Anyway, so I think that's a lot of the news that's fit to print. That why I'm not getting new things here. Let me just see if this is all. Oh, this is somewhat new, maybe. Let me just see what. Oh, all right. So we have the other camera. I'm having camera issues, obviously. Um, yeah. So my children's still down in Florida, 90% awake. That's on some level. I think so. We've been hacked. Yeah. You have Rumble. So Rumble, let me just see. I'm just going to look at Rumble. Looks like it's working for me. So I don't know. EBS test. This is probably, I mean, this could be a big day. It is 420. But I don't know. I'm still going with the idea that we're creating our own realities. And when we get together like this, we're for sure creating our own reality. Right. We need to be gathering different information sources. I think so too. Yeah, his rocket blew up. Yeah. Now it's back. Yeah. Okay. So Rumble's back to normal. That's good. Huge ritual day. Yeah, it's a huge ritual day. Exactly right. Starting yesterday. This is where I think we really should be holding. This is where we should be focusing on, not what we perceive. Not we're waiting for news for something to happen on the outside. I think it's all an inside job. I really do. God can handle many different thoughts at once. Deepwater Horizon. This is a very important factoid. It's finally sunny here in Ontario. The cold ones and roll up. There you go, sassy Cindy. She's got the right idea, perhaps. Florida is in an extreme EBS extreme alert at 4:45. EBS extreme alert at 4:45. Is that 4:45 a.m.? Operation Sandman, yeah. No chemtrails. Something did go wrong. It did blow up, yeah. Mama Bear, I don't know what happened to Mama Bear. Chemtrails here. Where are you? I am Kai. Maybe the white hat stopped something. Just have to change your mind, man. What did I do? Mio, what's going on? We got this, all right. Anyway, I still, I'm still maintaining it's getting harder and harder to hold the thought as the day goes on that we're creating our own reality. But I think there's no question that we are creating our own reality together, as a community as well. All crude oils are down. Let me just look at the stock market. Stock market's down a little bit. Massive Starship explodes 4 minutes after it lifts off, according to the site. Interesting. Holland is, yeah. I don't know if it was a good show. I feel like I'm torn because part of me just feels like we just need to just radiate beauty and love and peace and not worry so much about what we perceive as to what's going on. It's all a construct anyway. We're not really getting anything that even I think even resembles real news. I don't think we would know it I don't even know, is I don't know, on a chemical level, as we learn that most of the atom is empty space. So what does that say for reality? It's a construct. It's a matrix. I hope so, Mio. I feel like I was just all over the place. I mean, I started out really charged, and then I just sort of lost steam. But thanks, Mio. And I lost my camera. I'm really having serious issues with this camera. I'm wanting to get something new really quick. All right, so I think we'll just call it a day here. I mean, we've actually made it to 11:58, so we've done about an hour. I'm just like sort of out of steam at this point. I really didn't get to do a lot of the things I wanted to do this morning, but um, that's okay. The tide is still the tide is still going. The tide doesn't really care whether I'm having a good day or a bad day. I mean, it's with me. It is what it is. So anyway, we'll catch up later tonight. Let me think if I have anything coming up today. I might have a meeting about Purium. I'm not sure, but just keep doing what you're doing. But start to really think about seriously that that we are all creating a reality, and just create a really great reality. It may not happen like it. Today I've been trying to get a hold of B&H about my camera situation, and I was waiting for them. And a friend of mine that I was communicating with said, "Are you manifesting waiting for B&S?" And as soon as she said that, I said, I don't have to wait. And they came on. So this is just a lone instance. I also said I wanted to have 10,000 people on the channel today, and that didn't seem to occur, at least not in this reality. It may have occurred in some other way that I don't understand. There may have been 10,000 people that understood what we're about. I don't know. Animals are acting funny. Yeah, yeah. Pay attention to the animals. All right. Well, thanks for sending me. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure that was a great show. I don't even know what a great show even looks like anymore. But I'll take it, Mio, just because I'm feeling a little tiny bit insecure right now. I feel like I went out I went out on the diving board, and everyone's watching me to see whether I'm going to jump or not. But I really think, man, we create our own reality, and it's not a contradiction that two people like a friend of mine was saying, her family lives in a completely different reality. They're in the same house, and they're experiencing two different worlds, two different, completely different narrations. What does that tell you? Does it mean that these people are off the wall and we're normal? No. It means that God could consider all options all the time, everywhere. Right, Mio? We could have a great day, we could have a lousy day, depending on what we choose. I mean, if you're overwhelmed by emotions, I won't say that you really have a choice. A few days ago, I was overwhelmed by an emotion, and it took me all day to get out of it. But at least I knew I wanted to get out of it. At least I knew I was creating it and that I could escape from it. So, all right. So anyway, I've lost I didn't follow all this. Right. The events confirmed, but let's go to the next level. Let's create our own events. Why wait? Just think it into existence. Two different realities, right? Two people, this person is staying in her house with her family. They are thinking, wow, she's really out there, man. She's lost it. And they're going to their jobs, doing their things, and she's like, is one crazy and the other normal? I don't think so. I think both are godly, that it's all godly, and you can pick whatever narration you want to pick. So pick a good one. I think, I mean, it seems to me that it would be beneficial to me to produce to have a great day. Why not? Do I really want to have a bad day? Do I want to worry about a reality that's not even there? I mean, that's what I'm saying. As a chemistry teacher, we learned that reality, that physical reality, is mostly electrons whirling around in space, pretending to be solid, but it's all empty space. There's nothing there. It's just that the electrons are moving so fast it looks like everything is solid. To decalcify the pineal gland, not sure. We're creating our reality. We're not choosing. Right. Exactly right. That's exactly right. 100%. But, on some level, you can say, okay, well, I want to choose this reality. I really don't want to spend my day in fear today. I think I'm going to choose a reality that doesn't include fear. Or, I'm not really interested in criticizing myself today. I think I'm going to just like do a critical free day. You know, frequency music. Yes. That helps a lot. I totally endorse that, and I use those frequency music things all the time. That's why people won't listen to us. I don't. I'm not sure what you mean, Mio. Oh, I missed it. I mean, you could say that the military is in charge, but really, we're in charge of our own personal narratives. I'm in charge. I don't need permission from the Supreme Court to have a great day, do I? I mean, should I? Should I wait for them to decide? I mean, I have a lawsuit out there, and it's not really going the way I thought it was going to go. Should I have a bad day? I don't know. I don't really feel like having a bad day. I think I'd rather have a good day. Anyway, creating our own reality. Yeah. Too real. Yeah. You like it, Jill? I mean, does this resonate with you guys? I mean, we're in charge of ourselves. We could have the most deliciously amazing day. I could find all kinds of really cool sea glass and talk to the birds, man, in the most amazing way ever. Maybe the little babies will come up to me and like say, you're like you're so handsome, Weber. Like I wish, I'd be like, you are the cutest birds I've ever seen. What are you talking about? um, yeah, feel the buzz, man. No, nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop what's coming because we are resonating with the frequency of fruitful and multiply, of love, of creating cool stuff. I'm creating I have a friend. I just met a friend, and we're creating a really nice friendship. I never knew her before, and we're just like we're friends. We're creating this. We're co-creating a new reality. Is it going to end? Should I worry? Oh my gosh, it's going to be horrible. I don't want to know this person because it's going to end up in a in a horrible breakup, and I'll be crying for 6 weeks. I mean, I don't even want to think about that. I just want to enjoy the moment of discovery, of like meeting somebody new and really enjoying it and like reaching out. I mean, we don't have to be alone even. I mean, that's what I'm finding. I mean, God brings people into your sphere of influence. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, we will be doing a public Zoom meeting. So if you go to school this afternoon, Jill, is it 5:30? I can't remember. It's on the calendar. If you go to the school, if you go through Patreon, I don't think you even have to join Patreon. You'll find the school channel, SKOOL, and go to the calendar and you can join our Zoom meeting at, I believe it's 5:30. But we've had some really flippy, beautiful discussions on that Zoom channel. I'm sorry, last week I was celebrating Passover, so I couldn't do it. But this week we're back on track, man. So come to our Zoom meeting, 5:30 this evening. I'll have already, please God, been birded out, man. I'll have been communing with the birds, doing my bird trip. It looks like it might even be warm enough to go without shoes. No, I don't know. It's cold, but the wind is cold. We got surf guys with surfboards getting ready out there. I mean, how cool is that? Let's see. Can you see them? I'm in the way. You can't really see them on this camera, but there are guys with surfboards out there, man. They're creating their reality. They're creating a surfing reality. And actually, how are the waves? The waves are really tiny right now. They probably picked the wrong day to go surfing, but listen, they'll go out and paddle around and have a great time. Nothing, things don't have to be exactly like we expect them to be, and they can still be fun. All right, anyway. Yeah, go barefoot. Yeah, I did last week. It was so good, man. It was really good. It hurt my feet a little bit because there's a lot of fresh sand out there with sharp shells, but uh if it's warm enough, I will go out barefoot. I've been using my boots. I got these cool boots, man. $20. They come up to like almost my knee, and I can walk in and sometimes I spot some sea glass actually in the water. Very rarely though. But you know, the birds kind of like it that I can go in the water like them. I think they think I'm a bird. I mean, maybe I am. I don't know, but um, yeah, I mean, they're like, I go in the water too, this guy with the black boots, man, he may be one of us. I don't have the same red beak that they do, but they're taking me in, man. It's kind of like, okay, you're back. I mean, nobody else walks in that section of the beach because it says do not go there, and of course, I violate. Of course, I don't listen. That's why I've been married 3.5 times. I never listen. I never follow directions. Anyway, it's a great world, man. It's beautiful weather. Don't worry about the EBS. I mean, if it comes, it comes. It'll be great. But create a beautiful day. Just start with that. Don't even worry about creating, you know, an end to wars or, a million zillion dollars. Don't even worry about that. Just create, go out, get out there and create a really fun day. Buy yourself an algae smoothie or whatever. I mean, I'll probably have another smoothie from Purium later. I mean, I got my energy patches on today, so I'm good. Anyway, just have a great day. At 4 a.m. Had an EBS at 4 a.m. Interesting. Gary on the Barbie, right, man? Yeah, I know how Dossier. Listen, I'm a reckless outlaw. What can I say? I don't pay my taxes. I don't, I don't have insurance. I'm just like, I don't want to officially get a divorce because it's good because I know my ex and it's just going to be horrible. So I actually maybe I should just manifest. I should just change my mind and say, you know what, a divorce is really easy, and it'll be really easy. All I have to do is convince myself, and then it'll come into reality. Look at that blue stuff around my hair. Isn't that weird? Um, that really burns my digital revolution. Yeah. All right. I don't think you should put it on a wound. I don't know, but you could call Dr. Stacy. I don't know because it doesn't have to be in one place. It doesn't even have to be the same place where you want healing. Yeah, thank you, Joan. I mean, it's so easy. It's hard. All we have to do is decide to have a great day and have a great day. It's we can choose the narrative and God can handle it. It's not like, oh my gosh, he's going off his narration again. Pull the siren. Beep, 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 beep. He's off the narration. Send a bunch of demons to his house right away. He's off the narration. Oh no, he's going to the birds. Oh no, he found some sea glass again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Public alert. Alert the authorities. Beep, 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 beep. He's off his narration. What? He's going to have he wants to have a good day again. No, we can't allow it. No, you have to no. I mean, really, I don't think we need to worry. How to get with Stacy? Just go to the show more. Go to the show more under my videos, and there's a phone number. Just text her. Just text Dr. Stacy. She's always, she'll get back to you. I mean, it may take her a little time, but so just text her again. But yeah, in the show more, it's a little teeny like microscopic letters that say show more under my videos. But yeah, she's amazing. She's so much fun. I wish there's if you look at our we did a video this week. If you look at the thumbnail is just a laugh riot. It looks like we're like two detectives, two like movie stars. Like it's just a laugh riot. All right, guys. So get out there and have some fun, man. That's an order. Yes, smile at strangers. Ellen Girl, I'd love to see you smile. Digital revolution. Yep, we got this, man. Show more doesn't say Stacy, or it doesn't show it. Okay, so let me get it right now. I'll get it right now. Hold on. Okay, no problem. Ugh. So that's it. That's Dr. Stacy. And also, just to let you guys know, if you're having trouble ordering and you don't want to, I think that you don't want to pay retail. You want to pay wholesale. You could also you just call Dr. Stacy and ask her how to do it. But there's a pack. You can get 3 patches, and you can mix and match the patches. So I think if I was doing it for the first time, I would get X39, X49, and Eon. I think that's what I would get, and you can mix and match, and then you're paying wholesale. It's a lot cheaper. I bought like a huge colossal wholesale pack. I have enough patches to get me through months, and I can pick and choose what kind of day I want to have a little bit. based on the patches. But really, it's up to us, man. What's better than gold? Teleportable gold. Yeah. I mean, listen, man, if XRP floats your boat, man, go for it. I used to get a big buzz from XRP. Then I lost it. It got scammed out of my hands. But I think it'll come back to me. It's going to come back. I filed with the FBI, even though the guy who filed it, I don't know if he really had my best interest in mind. Maybe he did. Let's hope he did. But anyway, once the Fibbies get taken over, I think they'll find the little note. Mr. Weber lost his XRP. Um, yeah, if you allow God's protection, but you don't even you just need to just have a good day. Go woke, go broke. Yeah, there's a bad burn on my buttocks. Excuse me. Uh huh. Yeah, the patches are pretty. They don't really irritate your skin very much. Ice packs wrapped in cloth. Uh huh. Oh, Jason, what a pleasure, man. I'm glad you guys are here. Um, the Fibbies never had our best interest. Yeah, right. Hopefully that will soon change. Amen. So listen, man, let's go for the reality, the white hat reality. If you want to get scared, you could. I mean, I really, I was watching, Wano and Dino. I was like, oh no, it's all over. It's like I don't want to have that kind of day. We don't understand how things work. But the only thing that I experience personally from my vision is that consciousness can handle a billion different realities very easily. It's not smart like we're smart. It's smart. All right, guys. We'll see you tonight. God bless. And if you come by, if you go to school, if you come to school, you come to school or else. If you come to school, we'll get to Zoom and I'll get to see you this afternoon at 5:30. And just have a great day. Eat great food. Play. If you like me, man, you might get to hang out with the birds and hopefully they're getting used to me and they're like, here comes that big bird with the black legs, here he comes again. He seems pretty harmless. I don't think they're afraid of me. Sometimes they he's coming, run, run. But usually they're just like, hey, here he is again. It's that big bird with a funny beak, It's like it's not even red. I mean, what's with that thing? Anyway, okay, have a great day, and we will see you tonight. Just